Welcome back to Sneakers in the Elder Scrolls Online. Sneakers has gone in search of something worthwhile to do, and has found himself northeast of the city of Daggerfall, where apparently there is a great, well, at least a noble, doing something, apparently about a menace of Harpies around here. Now, again, not everyone has, this does not seem so clear-cut a case of just, helping out with what needs doing, showing your heroics and so on, because according to this woman,
I can't believe we ever agreed to this. What were we thinking? Can we really be that stupid?
what is wrong exactly?
I thought Lord DL was doing good work, studying the Harpies to figure out why they've become so hostile recently. Plus, it was the big break that my brother's daggers needed. But now I'm not so sure.
Well, this Khajiit is curious now. Lord Diel is not trying to end the Harpy threat as he says he is.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just worried. Gelvin and his crew have been gone for a long time, and I can't help but imagine the worst. At least Bumnog made it back.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm not going to leave while Gelvin's still out there, if that's what you're asking. But I swear, if anything's happened to my brother and Lord DL is to blame, well then his lordship is going to regret it.
So you apparently are the sister of a missing hireling?
Off with you now. Bumnog will help you. Interesting fellow. Always fights fair. Refuses to use weapons against the Harpies. Just his fists. Can't imagine that works out for him, but he's the only dagger still here, so what do I know?
And these daggers you keep mentioning, what are they anyway?
Who, not what. The Daggers. A mercenary group out of Daggerfall. They're highly trained and extremely deadly. Or so they tell me. They're also lost. But they do work cheap, which makes them perfect for my purposes.
What do you mean they are lost?
They left hours ago, and we haven't heard a word since. Only Bumnog returned. Which is why he's available to help you. Why are you still here? Get out there and find the missing daggers.
Well, could you explain once more? Because Snickers is a little bit suspicious here.
Why do I have to explain these things to you? Just talk to Bumnog. He knows what I hired the daggers to do. Now stop pestering me and let me enjoy all this nature that my sons keep going on about.
So, Bumnog. There you are. Only fight with your fists. Snickers can respect that.
You're going to help me find the rest of the daggers? I'm not sure you're dagger material. Your hands look kind of soft and delicate. Like you've never beaten anything into submission with your own two fists before.
Just tell Proto Snickers what's going on here, will you?
The daggers were hired to help Lord Deal gather research about the Harpies. We get him what he needs and we get paid. Simple as pie. But now the rest of the daggers are missing. We need to find them and make sure our first mission is a success.
First mission? This is the Dagger's first job?
Everyone has to start someplace. Even the Fighters Guild had a first mission, didn't they? Who are you to judge? Now let's get out there and do what we're getting paid for. Let's find the daggers and bring back their research.
Well, if you forgive this one for asking, what kind of research are we talking about?
Harpies, eggs, whatever we can bring back so Lord Deal can figure out why these birds have become so violent lately.
And then what do we need to do?
We have to find the missing daggers, Gelvin, our leader, and the Remley brothers. We find them and help them finish their jobs. And while we're at it, we look for the Queen Birdie, Fowling. She's a vicious killer, and she needs to be dealt with.
Can Snickers ask you a few questions?
We shouldn't dawdle, so make it quick.
Why do you not use a weapon?
I vowed that I would always face my opponents as an equal. If an enemy came at me with a sword, I would meet his blade with one of my own. The Harpies fight with claws. How could I go up against them with anything more than the fists nature gave me?
But their claws are sharp as razors.
Sharp and natural. They don't wield weapons, so neither will I. I will fight them head-on, fists against claws, and I will do so with honor.
Right, how did you Daggers hook up with the Lord DL anyway?
Lord Deal's guards were in the city, looking to hire some muscle. They found us in the Rosy Lion, celebrating our newly formed partnership. We needed a job. Lord Deal needed some help, and here we are.
This one is wondering, did you ask about the job before you accepted it?
Well, not really. We were talking about how we needed to find a job, and suddenly Lord Deal's men were making us an offer. We took it as a sign that we were doing the right thing. The Daggers were going places.
Who exactly are they, these,
We're an odd bunch, that's for sure. Gelvin found each of us either drinking away our troubles or begging for gold on the streets of Daggerfall. We were good for nothing and all but forgotten. Gelvin wanted to change that.
So why'd you decide to form your own group instead of joining, say, the Fighters Guild or?
A few of us tried to join the City Guard or hook up with the Fighters Guild. Truth be told, they wouldn't have us. We weren't good enough for them. So we formed the Daggers to show them that they're wrong.
Well, let's go. So, Snickers is now willing to go look for some, missing, mercenaries. Not too sure about this, supposedly very vicious Harpy Queen, though. If you guys have been making off with the eggs of the Harpies, well, no wonder they're a little bit pissed, right? Okay, so okay, there's a Harpy. You know, Snickers isn't so sure really that we should really fight them. Snickers would prefer, actually. Snickers would prefer to simply sneak past them. Yes, he would. If Bamalag is willing to. Ah, apparently there's a bunch of mercenaries right here. Oh, and they've captured the Harpy, apparently. Oh, at least they're not killing it, but disappeared.
What are we still standing around for? Let's go find the Daggers and... What are we still standing around?
Yeah, good question. Okay, these Harpy traps, they're not traps set by the Harpies. They're traps set for the Harpies by these mercenaries, aren't they? Uh-oh. Freshly picked bones.
This is a fresh kill. Be alert. Whatever did this could be watching us.
Snickers has a hunch that's up this cliff somewhere. Okay, that's the foul wing there, sort of. Queen of the Harpies. Snickers really more interested in finding the missing brothers.
How in the 8 do you expect to trap a flying harpy with a trap set on the ground? You're an idiot. You know that, right?
You know I hate it when you yell at me, brother. Now calm down and help me figure out how to get a harpy to trip a wire on the ground. Huh. I see the problem now.
Looks like we found the Remley brothers.
Yeah.
Did Lord Deal send you? Well, there's nothing new to report except that my brother is an idiot. Armo placed dozens of traps and he just realized something. Harpies don't walk. Now we're trying to figure out how to salvage the situation.
So what are you trying to do exactly?
We're trying to capture a few of these creatures. Lord Deal wants to observe the Harpies and see if they demonstrate any odd behavior that might explain the recent acts of aggression. But we're still working on our traps, as you can see.
Because all your traps are set on the ground, yes?
We've got some throwing snares. The only problem is the damn Harpies are too strong. They need to be weakened before you hit them with the throwing snares. I may have a sword, but I'm not a fighter. That's too dangerous an approach for me.
Why don't you give sneakers like these throwing snares? How many harpies do you need?
Lord Deal said a few. So 4, I'd say. Yes, 4 Harpies should do. If this works, please tell his lordship that we gave you the traps, all right?
Actually, I think it isn't so sure he's going to capture any harpies at all, but cause, you know, capture someone to see if we can figure out why you're aggressive. I mean, if Sneaker were captured, he'd be pretty darn aggressive himself. But if you don't have the traps, you can't use the traps, so... Ooh, and a sky shot, always nice. Just gain the skill points. Huh. That's following. Okay, now let's see if we can find Kelvin, the brother of the lady that was so worried about this whole mess. Can we get away from that harpy? Yeah, apparently. Snickers also, you know, it might be that Dominor got away because as he was not wielding any weapons, perhaps they didn't perceive him as quite that much of a threat. Whoops. Snickers is just trying to search for a way, quick way down from the slopes, and he found it, except it's not really going where he wanted it to, is it? Oh my, that's a pretty shit drop. Snickers found the missing guy, didn't he? He's been trapped in his own trap, hasn't he?
Hello. That was a bit of a predicament. The Remley brothers do set a good trap, I must say. That one trussed me up tight. But now that you're here... Wait a moment. Who are you?
Lord Deal here hired Sneakers to try and help those daggers.
Help? The daggers don't need any... Oh, who am I kidding? I'm the leader of the daggers, and we don't have a clue as to what we're doing out here. If you're willing, we'd appreciate any help you care to provide.
Sure.
I was collecting unhatched harpy eggs to bring back to camp. One of the things Lord Deal needs to complete his research. I got 1 egg, but we need to collect a few more.
So, where are these harpy eggs to be found?
In the nests above. Be gentle with them. I don't want the hatchlings to come to any harm. I'm going to rest a moment and then head back to camp. With the gold his lordship pays us, the daggers can really make a go of this mercenary thing.
Kelvin is resting. Snickers would prefer to simply escort you back to camp. Talk to this... Talk to your sister. Because he's found you and you're... Sorry. Snake has found you, and... Oh. You're okay?
I'm going to catch my breath before I head back. Sure feels good to have feeling back in my arms and legs again.
Yes. So...
Wonder why Lord Deal is... I'm working with someone else right now. Go get your own mercenary.
I was thinking... Not at all sure about this whole cat stealing eggs type of thing. Like I said, that's pretty likely to piss off the Harpies. How about we try and get back to the camp? Talk to Granat Feldren.
I can't believe we ever agreed to this. I thought Lord DL was doing good work. Studying the Harpies? That's what my brother Gelvin calls his newly formed group of mercenaries. The Daggers, from Daggerfall. They're not really that bright, but their hearts are in the right place. Lord DL hired them to help him gather research about the Harpies. Oh, I don't know, maybe I'm just worried. Gelvin and his crew have been gone for a long time, and I can't help but imagine the worst. At least Bumnog made it back. Well, I'm not going to leave while Gelvin's still out there, if that's what you're asking. But I swear, if anything's happened to my brother and Lord DL is to blame, well then his lordship is going to regret it.
I don't think it's gonna reassure you that your brother simply walked into a trap set by one of the other daggers. So he's fine. Other than that, again, Snickers isn't sure he really wants to help, but... Thing is, these daggers are gonna keep taking harpy eggs, aren't they?
Wonder why Lord Deal is so interested in keeping these things alive. What can you learn when a damn harpy is trying to peck your eyes out?
Good question. That's exactly the question you should be asking. And the answer probably is, well, nothing nice. So... I mean, there's no dialogue option here to try and convince them that they've been stupid and they should cancel a contract. Whoa! A book. Nothing interesting. Yeah. Seems wherever Sneakers is turning, it's just not easy for him to just do some good in this world. There's just so much backstabbery and people up to no good. Oh well. Again, I'm not quite sure what to do about this. Sneakers could gather some eggs, I suppose. Perhaps even, I mean, he's not sure that those harpies really count as people, but on the other hand, he's rather concerned that taking their eggs is what is pissing them off in the first place, so how the heck can he stop that? Other than simply joining in to actually take the eggs, and it seems to be the only way. Oh well. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop the video here again, and you can feel free to give your input if you want to. Because again, Sneakers is sort of thinking about this. Whether to just abandon this whole thing, these guys to their Harpies. There's nothing you can. I mean, he's not gonna. Game isn't gonna let him do anything bad to Mr. DL, and he doesn't want to either. I'm just not sure he wants to help out. Maybe that's the only way to make the whole Harpy problem end after all. So it doesn't like this, but hey, I might carry through with it, but I'm not sure. So you might as well. But yeah, welcome your input on it before I go on. So until then, go in peace and live and let live.